Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to review this, and this is a hockey puck. It's got a really nice soft texture to it, and when you're hitting this on the ice, it should travel. I'm just kidding. This is the latest. This is the S15, and I'm assuming this is like 3D printed. Very, very soft material. Unscrew it. We obviously seen something similar with the DZ4 from them. Ultimately, not really my favorite case. It's going to be even softer inside. I'll put that right over there for now. Here's the unit itself. Modular cable. Also 3D printed. Not the greatest looking IM in the world. I like this faceplate thing, and I like the color. I like these tips too. Plus the other tips that it comes with. So this all fits in there perfectly. So I can't find fault with the case, even though it's not my favorite case for traveling. It still fits in my backpack just fine. Here's your box for the unit. And I'm going to have to probably tilt the camera, and I'm going to have to put all this other stuff away. The Arties, which are from the same company. And let's just tilt over here. Now the box was really nice. It was a nice experience because this is magnetic, and you open this up, and then there's a drawer, and you pull the drawer out, and you have three different sizes, which I'm using the 2, the 3.5, and the 4.4. You have the 2.5, which I never use whatsoever. I don't like that. I use it if I have to, but I usually don't. You get all the different size tips, 3 different sizes, 3 different kinds. The blue is more open, and the black we've seen with the Artie series is basically the same tips that come with that. And of course, you would lift this up and you get all your documentation. If I could get it out of there. I don't have nails, so it's not the easiest thing. There we go. You get this really nice looking envelope, and inside you get a poster. You get the units themselves that are in there. Really nice unboxing experience. I think the last time I had something with a draw was from Metalor. So really nice packaging. Let's run off the specs on this. Let me just turn this back, hopefully not knock the camera over. Here's the unit themselves. So, okay. What you're getting with this is 106 decibels, 30 ohms, 20 to 40 kilohertz. Yes, this does like power. You get a 3D printed body. It's made out of resin, really nice soft resin. It's very comfortable in your ears. There's good isolation as well. The cable is a 216 strand silver plated monocrystalline copper cable. And the driver is a 14.8 planar driver with a 6mm passive radiator. So very unique as planars go. Definitely. Nice packaging. I mean, the case is going to protect it very well. Here's the other tips. They tend to congest things just a little bit, but they do make things a little bit more fun. Here's your 3.5 millimeter in there. And I like that everything fits in that little case. I really do. So comfort-wise, I like these. The hook, a little on the smaller side, but it doesn't seem to put any pressure. And it's nice and soft. There's a really beautiful cable. If given the choice between the S12 and this, I don't know. I don't know which cable I like, because the S12 is a straight and this one is an L-shaped. And I do like L-shaped better. But both the cables are really nice looking. And you're looking, just in a little comparison, it is a completely different step. As you can see, the cables, there's the cables. There's the S12s, which are really nice. Really good metal construction. Everything's gone 3D printed now. I do like these cases. They're a little bit on the tight side, I'm amazed that the rounded case actually fits better. Here's your straight versus the L-shaped. So it all depends on what you're going to like. I do like the fact that it came, modular. Here's a little size comparison between the two. Hopefully not touching the keyboard and ruining where I have it set to. So there's your different comparison-wise, shape and size. I think from the back, the shape is similar. But of course, this one's 3D printed material, which means it's resin. And the other one, of course, is metal. This is the Pro, by the way. I never actually tried the regular S12. But I do have the Pro, and I like the Pro. So, looking at this, like I said, comfort-wise, it's going to be comfortable for most people. Look-wise, that'll be up to you. I mean, it is kind of cool looking, I think. I like the color. I really do like that kind of like bluish-gray color. I think it's pretty, especially with these tips. The L-shaped connector. I don't know why it's white on the end, to be honest. I think it would have been better maybe matching that color. But, whatever. The other one, it's built very good. Obviously, it's not built out of metal like the other one, except for the front piece. The cable is really, really good. It's a nice quality stock cable. The case-wise, very soft, very nice. What's important, though? What's important is the sound. Now, this one has a very organic kind of sound right across, just straight across. Everything sounds the way it's supposed to sound. Like, it just sounds really natural. There's very good vocals, very good bass performance with here. Talking like the bass-wise, there's very good bass, specifically sub-bass. Sub-bass extension on this is really nice. It's excellent. There's some good listening to different instruments and different types of music, like a speed metal type music. You get those dual kick drums just going away. Some reggae music with the congas and stuff like that. Even just other percussion instruments. It just sound really, really good on this. I mean, like really, really good on this. And I'm not saying this thing is a detail magnet. I'm just saying that stuff just sounds excellent. It sounds the way it's supposed to sound. This has a very nice, wide, dynamic sounding kind of bass presence. Quite a good planner here. I mean, really, really good tuned planner. I don't know if it's the radiator or the planner or the combination of the both. Really excellent overall when it comes to the bass. That said, I mean, this is not a bass cannon. This is not your bass head IM. This provides just a very enjoyable, like kind of fun bass extension. Good sub bass. Rumble, just enough. Excellent for a large variety of music. Just about every music, even classical music, sounds really, really good on this, I think. I just liked the way the bass was tuned. Just in a nutshell, it's just perfection. Not like super bass head fun night perfection. Like really enjoyable for like a long whole day. Go from EDM to country and you're going to like the bass on this. Moving into the mids. Now, the mids sound very, very good. You talk about like just organically lush, very, very good timbre there. Timbre. Some people call it timbre. I call it timber. Like the tree falling down. I don't know. Anyway, just my accent. Very good vocals, both male and female. Excellent body and texture to them. I think that they don't sound overly thick, but they are far from thin. I think that they're a little bit extended beyond where we would call like the Goldilocks point, where they're just right, into even more rich and even thicker and better. So they're very good. in their presentation. I found that they had a nice kind of smooth detail to them. I think that there's a very good transition between the lower and the upper mids. I don't think there's any harshness or shoutiness whatsoever. I think there's a bit more energy there when it comes to female vocals, but I think there's a bit more warmth and lushness when it comes to the male vocals in general. Ultimately, so far with mids and bass alone, you have a winner right here. I mean, I love these things, honestly. And don't get me wrong, I still love those S12 Pros. And what's another one that I absolutely love is the MP145. Absolutely love it. Do I think that this one is better? I think in some ways it is. I think that those two I should do like a death match with, because those two are incredible. I believe this one is more money. So, let's see. Yeah, so ultimately the S15, excellent bass, excellent mids, both the texture, the naturality, if that's a word, the naturalness of it, very, very good. I mean, like, everything sounds the way it's supposed to sound. Now, sometimes you have to give up some, like, sometimes some things don't sound well, they sound congested. This doesn't do that, at least considering those. Now, moving into the treble. Now, the treble has a decent extension. There's air. There's a nice openness to it. I think in general, I think that the treble detail has, you know, a decent detail retrieval, but it is more smoothed, more rounded. I think that it complements the signature perfectly. I don't think that treble heads are going to like this at all. But, you know, listening to the different instruments and hitting of the cymbal and everything, it does not sound tinny and unnatural. It just has a really kind of natural sound. I think in general, if I was going to just ultimately just put a couple of words on this, I would say the S15 is smooth, organic, and just really enjoyable. Yes, it is fun, but it's more toward an enjoyable tuning than like a super fun, like nothing is just in your face, like super bass in your face and slam. It is good bass, it is good mids. It comes down to an enjoyable, pleasant IM. Now, pleasant to me means that I can listen to whatever I want to listen to, and nothing is just like super in my face. Like, there's some things I say they're fun. That means it has a lot of bass, maybe a lot of treble emphasis, and it just sounds really cool, and it's good for working out and stuff. Whereas this, I could listen to this thing the whole day, no problem. And there are, you know, neutral ones that you could say that about, but those are kind of boring sometimes. So ultimately, treble and everything sounds very good. All the frequencies, the way they're tuned, it just kind of has like a natural sound, and I think it just goes well with everything. Anything, jazz, really sounded good with jazz and lo-fi, to be honest. Now, getting into the soundstage and imaging. Now, the soundstage is better than average. It isn't, you know, I don't know. I wouldn't call it holographic, but it does have, you know, a better than average soundstage. What it does have, and it, you know, that wise, width-wise is good. The headroom is decent, kind of just beyond your head. I think depth is not, it's not quite as deep, which kind of loses in the holographic. Yeah, it would work well for games, mobile gaming and stuff like that. Maybe not serious games, but it does have a very good, accurate kind of imaging. Pinpointing instruments and the separation, it's just really, really good there. Definitely. I could hear the different things. Listening to different tracks. I have a bunch of different tracks. There's one track from Blues Traveler where it just finishes like the solo, where they're doing the guitar and the harmonica and stuff, and then it gets into where they're talking, and after the first verse of where they're talking, singing, excuse me, there's a point where two guitars doing different things in each ear. And that's one of the measures. There are a lot of IMs that come out that are so smoothed over that you can't hear the different, like it's like they're doing it at the same time, but you can't really pick them out unless you really sit there and listen. And I use that. Another thing is Slipknot, when they're doing the drums and he hits the can. I listen for that. I got a whole bunch of different like little tests that I run all the time. And I apologize. It is that time of the year where my phone is going to go off every 10 seconds. Yeah. So anyway, they're reasonably easy to drive, but they are a planner. So honestly, I would suggest using some kind of, device like we have up at the top here. I would suggest a device. I always would suggest a device with a planner because it's always going to scale very well. Now, balanced, I would also suggest going to balanced. You're going to notice a noticeable increase in everything with balanced, particularly volume and just overall clarity. So ultimately, this is a very good IM. A very good IM. One of the best planners I've heard, and I've had Odyssey and others. I think the overall tuning of this may not be your ultimately stacks, listening to every detail whatsoever, but I don't think you're going to want to put these down, to be honest. That's how good they are, ultimately. Super pleasant and enjoyable. Natural, organic, lush sounding, very good job tuning. Honestly. That's about all I can say about these. Just organic and just, I don't want to take these out of my ears. These are an instant favorite. I just pulled like something out of the favorites. I forgot what came out of the favorites, but for these, because they're just that good. And they fit in this little case, this little hockey puck here. Make sure I didn't drop any of the air tips. You get some good accessories. It's a nice unboxing experience. They're super comfortable. They're lightweight, yet they're made well. And, I don't like this case particularly. It feels nice. These are really, really good. This has been from LetShuoer. This is the S15. This is their latest planar magnetic flagship, and just really, really good. I can't stress that. I like these. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe, and I'll see you in the next video.